And we're live. And I'm here with Todd from 21090. And I
Hey, everybody.
cannot wait. I
What's
cannot
going on, Jody?
wait.
Yeah,
Hey.
we got a pretty good treat tonight.
Yeah. So I've had the regular Goose Island
All right.
2020 release. Okay.
Yes.
I
Hmm.
tried it, and it was
Okay.
chocolate forward. I
Hell yeah.
tried the second one I tried was a special number four,
Yep.
and it was coffee forward, but it still
Yes.
had plenty of chocolate in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried the Kentucky Fog, which was chocolate forward,
Yes.
more so. But of course, tea is not as strong as coffee coming through.
Correct.
And
Correct.
I've watched your review on this, and now I need you to tell us.
All
Just
right.
tell me what
Well,
I'm in.
let's show everybody. First of all,
All right.
it's the wheat wines what we're doing. Well, it's not the wheat wine. It's called the Caramella, which is their wheat wine that they started 2 years ago. Which the first time it was a new thing for them. Think of like a barley wine. It's like a strong ale. But anyway, there's Alex, the beer master. What's going on? But the last year, Jody, and you'd appreciate this, they aged this wheat wine in larceny barrels, which I love. I love larceny, and I don't know if you can see it there. There you go.
I'm trying to get it to focus.
There you go. Anyway, and then this year they took that same recipe, aged it in larceny barrels, but they added some amazing adjuncts: sweet red apples, cinnamon, cassia bark, I think is what they call it, and then natural caramel flavors. I don't know what that means, so to speak, but I don't want to bias you, Jody, but me and Andy both loved this beer. I mean, I love the regular wheat wine in larceny barrels,
Mm.
and even more so now. So I can't wait to try it again, and I can't wait to see your. I hope you like it. If you like apple pie, you'll love
Hey,
this.
you know what? I'm not a super fan of like eating dessert,
Oh,
but I love like I love to drink it every once in a while. Put it
well,
that
this
way.
is like a
So,
dessert in a glass. And hey, look, Crazy Ann's in the chat.
yeah, Crazy Ann's in the house. Alex is in the house.
Push
All
this out
right.
if you can.
And before I crack this thing open, I just do want to do one shout
Ooh, there you
out
go. There you
to
go.
Food Bar Bullets. This is a Food Bar Bullet. It is a 50 cal round, previously fired. You can see where the pin hit the primer. Of course, new bullet, and there's nothing, no grain left on the inside. But they have turned it into a handy dandy bottle opener. It's beautifully powder coated, nice weight in your hand, and watch how it works. It works
Look
like
at
a
that.
charm.
Look at that. That's
And
amazing. I gotta get one of those.
part of the proceeds for this goes to Wounded Warrior Foundation. They're not. This is not a promo. I paid for this. I bought it out of my own cash money. He did not send me this. This is something that if I get a product and it's good, I'm going to bring it to you. But also, it's that time of year, season of giving. Give to the Wounded Warrior Foundation and get yourself something cool as well. All right.
Great, great, great cause too. So heck yeah. And you get a pretty darn looking. I mean, that's an awesome. Look at my crappy beer opener. It's nowhere near as nice as yours. So
Oh well,
I'll
I have a
crack it
whole
too.
collection of them. All right.
Oh,
So
look at
I've
the
cracked it.
smoke.
I'm going to pour this thing. I have to see what this looks like.
There you go.
Oh, beautiful. Look at that amber color.
Yeah, buddy.
That's about the color of apple pie. Look at that, or pecan pie on the inside.
Something good, right? So
Ooh.
you
Now,
got.
before we get started, too, I just wanted to let everybody know this is 14.6% alcohol by volume. So this does have some octane in it.
Take
All
it away from
right.
there. Let it. So what temperature do you have yours, Jody? Let me ask you. Is it
I
chilled?
brought it. I took it out about 30 minutes ago to let it
Okay.
start warming up just a little.
All right,
Uh,
so let it warm up. As it warms up, all the I get this is room temperature for me. I don't even none of my barrel aged beers I ever even put in the fridge. Never.
yeah.
I don't. I don't drink my whiskey cold, and I don't drink my barrel aged beers cold. So,
No.
uh, it is to me the smell. What are you getting?
I'm getting. I get a little kick of cinnamon
Damn it.
in there, but that apple's coming through.
Yep, apple to me, big time
Yeah.
with the cinnamon undertone on it, and
Maybe a
God,
little nutmeg. I mean, it
ooh,
smells like an apple
yep,
pie. You
right.
know, it kind
So
of does.
smell wise, what do you think? So you've had the regular bourbon county stout, you've had the Kentucky Fog, you've had the Special Four.
Oh,
Where
this
does
is
this
completely different.
correct? Right?
Completely different.
Completely
I
smell.
mean, and the other, we can actually see through this. I can see my finger through the glass.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful amber color, but still, it has that tight head on it.
Yep.
The bubbles. It's
Now,
not big.
do you
Soap
get
bubble.
much bourbon in this one on the nose?
No,
I
not at
don't
all.
either. The adjunct's completely over. Wherein, and I think the other ones, you still get that undertone of the bourbon, the barrel,
Yeah.
so to speak, right? You don't get that here. Those adjuncts are so strong.
Yep.
Let's. I'm thirsty,
All
my
right. I
friend.
gotta have a sip. That's what everybody's
Cheers.
waiting on. Cheers, man. Oh man, that's awful. No, I'm kidding. That's
Don't say
beautiful.
that. Oh no. I mean, it's sweet, right? It's really sweet.
Oh, now, yeah, but it's yeah, and the sweetness even goes to the edges of the tongue. But that apple's good though.
Uh oh.
Oh, he's in the basement. Oh man,
Oh
see,
no. Andy called me. There.
What the hell, man? Sorry. I mean,
I don't do this. I don't do this very often.
I had no idea. He called me and I kind of turned it
Jody,
off. Cheers,
neither
Andy.
do I.
Oh, he's got bad.
I never get a whole pass to do this, and then I'm stuck here while you guys are opening this thing, and I'm like, come on now. So,
All right,
Andy,
cheers.
sorry, Andy. You got your Where's your Caramella? You got it poured yet?
right
No.
here.
Oh, what is it? Oh, there. Okay.
Yep, I
you have
got
a
it.
green screen on?
I shouldn't. Let me check.
Because we can't see. Sorry, Jody. We've come to. All right, so Andy, we've just in the chat we've got Teresa's here. Hey, Teresa and Bama
Hey,
Rush.
There we go.
All right, and now it's.
And,
all right.
yeah, Bama. And Todd and I had this going, and here comes Andy stumbling on stage.
So I
And
will
I
say
lost
this.
my bottle opener.
Well, that ain't gonna help you, buddy. You might have to see. Look at it.
Oh, wait, I got it.
you're,
Okay, I'm
you're all confused. So, Jody, Andy, we were just talking. So the smell, Andy, have you had this since we reviewed it? This is the first
No.
time. So
Well,
I had
was
it.
listening to your review, so
Yeah, but you remember how much we absolutely. We have a great review on this. But at the time, this was our favorite variant because of how different it was. I think, and how. Now, could I drink? I can't drink a ton of all of these, but it smells delicious. It tastes delicious. The only drawback is if you're thinking of Bourbon County Stout, this is not it, right? This is a completely different offering. So, what do you think, Jody?
A lot of apple. It
Yeah.
is a lot of apple. I mean, but I do get the caramel apple. It's like I had a apple pie one time, and I think somebody put caramel streaks across the top of it, and then they put ice cream on top of that.
Yes.
That's what this kind of reminded me of.
Well, there you go. What do you think, Andy? You're having it
This
again
is-
for the first time?
yeah, this is a beautiful beer, and it very much is an apple pie. It's not like apple. Like you get all that sugar that kind of makes you think you're having like the warm apple pie with a little bit of the kind of the crust notes going on there, and the vanilla. It's a pretty beer.
But let me ask you this, Jody and Andy. You guys are more of the bourbon experts than I am, especially you, Jody. When you're thinking of putting these in larceny barrels, wouldn't that also impart some sweetness from? I mean, that's a very high weeded bourbon, right?
Very sweet bourbon.
So that's the perfect type of beer to put in a larceny, right? A sweeter beer, or no? Is that too much? That's my question.
I may be getting some sugars, out of that as well. I mean,
Okay.
the only real reason you're getting some, and you're going to get apple and vanilla out of bourbon anyway.
Right.
Apple, pear, stuff
Yep.
like that. But it's not like they soaked it in bourbon. I mean, mixed it with it was just what was drawn out of the barrel, which is going to possibly bring out more oak, the deeper bourbon notes. But Heaven Hill is a sweet bourbon maker anyway.
Which, by the way, they're doing a massive 1 point
Gotta love
like $175 million renovation to Heaven Hill. I just
Really?
read
Oh, really?
to just kind of make the whole experience when you go out there better. But if you did, we remember the Rittenhouse Rye last year, Todd. They did the base in the Rittenhouse
Yes.
Rye barrels.
Yes.
So I think about something like this. That did give off some of those spicy notes that you get from the Rittenhouse, because that's obviously the rye. You've got a lot more rye in there, at least 51%, and that's still in the same vein of the Pikesville. It had enough corn that it was sweet enough, but
Right.
still a spicy rye.
Oh yeah.
And we love that with the Heaven Hill. This is pretty because it's such a high weeder. There's no rye in this. This is just a really nice sweet bourbon that plays really well.
I agree. I still love this beer. At the time, Jody, I ranked. So I had when we did our reviews, I had the base, I had the Weller, the Kentucky Fog, the Special 4, and what am I missing? We had 5 of them, right? Whatever. I had this as my number one. Now, drink on it a little
Anniversary
bit.
and Weller. Anniversary and Weller.
Yeah. So, and by the way, Andy, we're going to do a little trade with Jody. We're going to get him an anniversary.
Okay.
He's going to have one more to add, so maybe you might want to wait on that best of. But where does this rank, Jody? When you've had now 3 or 4 of the, so you've had four of the variants. When you can,
I have. No, three of the variants and
plus the base. Yeah, we just call them all variants. Yeah. So
Right.
what do you think? It's different. So how do you judge that?
I would put this above Kentucky Fog,
Mm-hmm.
and on any given day, right with special number 4. It just depends on the mood.
There you go.
Most of the time, though,
Yep.
I like coffee. I
Oh,
mean,
man.
actually drinking this, I want another special number 4 to chase it with.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I like to do the espresso shot after dessert.
Oh,
I
yes.
agree with you because the funny thing is that the problem I have with the Special 4 is it was supposed to be this coffee bomb with maple syrup.
maple
Well, I
syrup.
didn't get any maple syrup. That was the only
No.
knock I had on it. But it was not just like coffee. It was diner coffee. Like you felt you were going into a diner late at night and you ordering up some pancakes and like black coffee. Like that's what it came
Exactly.
across as.
Yep.
Whereas this is after dinner. You have the apple pie. I mean, this is really. This is interesting. I didn't like the Kentucky Fog as much because I thought it was too mellow on the flavors.
Yep.
The really slight undertones. If you get a hand, we'll trade you that Weller. Then that's great because I thought that was gorgeous. But that was 2 years in there. So anytime that it's in the barrel for 2 years, these beers impart the flavors get magnified. Like last year we had a bourbon from Knob Creek's 25th anniversary barrels that was in there for 2 years, and it was like this giant chocolate bomb. So
Yes.
the extra year gives it a different flavor altogether, which is really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Bama, I've never heard of the pay dirt. Have y'all heard of the pay dirt?
Bourbon Stout on Friday called Pay Dirt and may do a review. No, I've not. So Bama Rush, are you from Alabama? And what brewery is that from? We're all about trying. We probably can't get it here, I assume.
Todd, I just read about the pay dirt last night. It came up in an article, which is funny. I feel like I
Did
gotta
it really?
pull this back up. Yeah.
Oh, so there you go. Well, let me ask Bama Rush, has he had Bourbon County Stout this year or any of the variants that we're talking about tonight? That's the question. All right, so you still, though, Jody, the base is for you still top dog.
Well, not the base. I mean, the base is the base, right? But
Yes.
I think, okay, here's my overall for
Okay.
Goose Island this year.
Okay.
They knocked it out of the freaking park,
Yeah, I agree.
right? Because I haven't had a bad one.
Yep.
Kentucky Fog may be my least favorite, right along with y'all, because like Andy said, the notes weren't as bold.
Right.
But when you start drinking these really bold ones, and then you hit the Kentucky Fog, it's like, did I get a glass of water here?
Yeah.
Type thing. But I did close to the end as it warmed up more and more as I drank it. I got more of the Earl Grey, the more of the tea notes.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy it because it takes a while to drink one of these things.
Yes, it does.
And
Certainly.
it'll sit there and warm up.
By the way, this pay dirt from Minor Brewing Company sounds awesome.
Where's
I would
where's
love-
Minor? Where is that? Do you know?
That's
Can you
South Dakota.
Oh,
So that would be a really cool one to try.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah, the first one I did because I was getting antsy about the Goose Island and I couldn't get it yet. I got the Hardywood gingerbread style.
Oh, that's great too. I love that.
Yeah, that's
Fantastic.
local here. That's good.
Did you
They're
get
down in Virginia.
the bourbon, the barrel aged one, or just the regular ginger? Yeah,
No,
that's
the barrel
yeah,
aged. Yep.
yeah, yes, sir. That's equally as good. And I tell you what, Jody, not to get off topic because I know this is about Caramella, but if you can find this, the Lagunitas Willetized,
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, okay.
it's fantastic this year. It's a
We
coffee.
we can probably get you one too.
Yeah, well, look, you just
It
give
doesn't
your
sound-
Santa Andy's in the house.
Well,
guys.
actually, maybe I won't because here's the thing. I was looking at your thumbnail and I'm thinking to myself, well, that's nice. He's got 210.9. It goes Todd from 210. I was like,
Well,
wait a minute.
It was the commitment. I didn't really commit.
I wasn't even asked. I mean, I
Well,
didn't
you
know.
know,
I mean, I didn't even get. Well, did you email 21090 Brewing? Is that what happened? I got to start checking our own email because I always do my personal email. So Todd automatically thinks that's him. He's 21090 Brewing. So
I told Jody
You know.
that I would do it. I don't know about Andy, and
you said I'll ask Andy. But
I did.
I don't know if he'll.
I didn't know until tonight you could do it.
whatever. It's all right. It hurt your
Hey,
ratings, Jody, but that's
Shane,
fine.
we just shared this out. Hopefully, we get some people in here. We got an happy hour here. We're drinking one of, I think, the best beers of 2020, the Bourbon County Stout Caramella Ale. It is a wheat wine aged in larceny barrels with red apples, cassia bark, which is basically cinnamon and natural caramel flavors. And I think it is what I say, a sleigh ride on your tongue. I love it. Love it.
You're going to try and get people to say that with you one day.
I would love to. I think it's a great. It's a sleigh ride.
It's just a weird saying. I think those old metal sleighs that like would rip your tongue right apart. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
Here's the thing with this beer, though. It's 14. What'd you say, Jody? 14.5%. 46. I can drink this super quick. That's a problem. Look at Jody. Jody's done a class
what
already.
you should do to it?
What?
Just add a little bird to it to spice it up a little bit.
Oh,
That's
Andy,
just a
here's the thing. Our last
tiny
stream,
bird.
evidently, I drank all my Rare Breed Rye. I looked at it today. I was like, it's gone. It's gone.
Oh, you
so
know what?
evidently, I
You
drank
did.
all out.
Since this was larceny barrel aged,
There you go.
I'm going
Oh,
to find the larceny over here.
that's a good idea, actually. And I'm out of larceny, too.
Larceny too.
I drank all that, too. Hey,
He
Sausage
doesn't
Shane
know-
and Crazy
He doesn't know where I
Ed.
am. Look, I'm down here in the basement, and I got
Yep.
I got my
there
hands
it
on all this
is.
stuff.
Oh, you guys should pour a little in there.
Well,
Cindy-
I'm not going to pour it in this one. I'm going to
Okay.
pour it in. I have a little,
And then sip off of that.
Glass
There you
here.
go. There you
and
go.
I'm going to pour a little
Jody,
larceny.
you got to get the one that puts a little hair on your chest.
Well,
the barrel proof
this is
here.
the one I have. This is the one I have.
That's what he's got, Andy.
I have some Elijah Craig that'll put some hair on your chest over there.
I
There's
actually,
Cindy.
Jody,
Cindy's in the house.
I've got all three now of the barrel proofs this year. I've got the 120, the 520, and the 920. So I'm going to do a vertical of all three of them, blind, to see which one I like best, which will be a cool video.
Wait, I'm not involved in that?
You know what? Maybe I'll send Jody an invite, and he and I will do that. And if you
That's
come
fine.
along,
Hey, I
maybe
like it.
we'll
Content's
do- we'll do
content,
it that
Andy.
way.
I have no problem with that. Cindy the Hunt Freak said, "Have you all not learned from drinking yet?" You know, that's interesting. Yes, I think we did learn, and we're going to keep it very civilized here. We're just having one. Well, I'm having one beer. These guys are chasing it with bourbon. But how's that with the larceny? Does it pop at all anymore or no?
Yeah, it does. It actually, it's very
Cuts through some of that sweetness.
well. It actually goes right along with it. I can
There you
actually
go.
pull once I poured the larceny. I can pull some of it out. I just took a sip. I'm going to pour some in here on top of it,
I like
like a
that.
Boilermaker.
Mmm.
See what that does.
I like it. Cindy's who's starting to get bourbon pour. Well, Cindy, we're trying to pick cheap
Oh, yeah.
bourbons.
I bet you that's good.
Oh,
We did
that's
last year.
awesome.
We did this. We did this last year, Jody, where we did larceny alongside the
yep, the wheat wine without the caramel.
non-adjunct wheat wine, which is really good.
Oh, I like that better.
Oh,
That's way better.
so what did you? A little bit more bourbon. You can taste the bourbon now, right?
Oh, but it
Now I'm
cut
trying to
that
find an open bourbon.
See, this is the problem. The one knock I have on this beer is I would love to have a little bit more of that barrel flavor in it. And I don't know, just to cut through. I love the sweetness, and I can drink this dangerously easy, and it tastes amazing. But if you're looking for Bourbon County Stout with that bourbon forward note, it's just not there.
But it's a wheat wine.
I get you. Well, even though wheat wine, you can still get some of that larceny, that's sweet. I get it. I
It's
know.
just not going to be the same.
I know.
So regardless, it's not going to be the same because you got so much wheat in the grist of that wheat wine anyway that it's just going to be overpoweringly sweet. It's just
That's
the mash
true.
bill is going to be.
Well, then they added more sweetness with the sweet apples and the
Right.
caramel
So-
and the cinnamon.
But it's very hard to compare that. Honestly, if you want the perfect combination of bourbon and barrel and beer, that birthday is just from Old Forester is just ridiculous. That's the
Not bad. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yep, right there, money. But this is the one Jody's getting, right? We're getting him this one
Yes, we're getting them that one.
in the Weller.
There it is. There it is, Jody. You will have that.
Okay.
All right,
There
I'll
you
get
go.
it down to
That's-
you hopefully
that's
tomorrow.
the one that's coming.
Hopefully,
Right.
Christo's still handy. They had like 6 of them as of Sunday, so I'm hoping they still have them there.
Well, if not, I got mine here. Maybe I'll give that to him since
Oh,
he was
look at
so
that.
kind to put me on the thumbnail. I'll take care of Jody.
And then Jody, when we describe the anniversary,
Twice on the next thumbnail.
it's
Andy from 21090.
the Weller. Have you ever had the Weller anniversary?
No.
Yeah. See, or the Old Forester birthday.
Oh man, I've tried to find a birthday bourbon.
No,
and
those things are.
That's the
priced out
closest
of
probably
whack.
we'll get to
It's
either
crazy.
one of them, right? So I mean,
Well, no, the Weller is the Weller 12 is what
Right.
this one's aged in.
Right.
So you've had the 12 year before, Jody. And
I
that's a
have
good-
had the. Well,
Yeah,
I haven't
that's-
had the. I was thinking Antique 107.
I'm sorry.
Had
Okay,
that.
Weller 12.
Yeah, I have the green label. They're standard. I got the 107, and I've got.
Is
gosh,
the Weller
I'll show you
12
this
a good
one,
whiskey?
Jody.
Is it a good bourbon?
It's good.
Did I show you this one, Jody?
No, now it's turned into bourbon hour.
The
Oh yeah,
foolproof.
the foolproof. Yeah, I've been wanting to get my hands on that one too.
Let
But
me
we
tell
just
you,
can't get them here.
all these. But you know what? I get all mine from Carolina. That's the craziest thing. All the
Yeah, why
good
is
bourbons
that?
I'm getting from Carolina, but they're on the shore. Like I got like 4 or 5 bottles I couldn't find in top sale because nobody goes there. So literally, the shelves had the Maker's Mark, the PR6.
Oh.
It had the
There's
it
Shane.
had the
Look, Shane's
Weller's
thirsty.
Foolproof, all
He's
kinds
thirsty.
of stuff. It was
Well, yeah,
amazing.
Shane. This would make it. This how easy is this to drink? That's what I love about this. It's dessert in a glass, if you ask me. And Jody's now found a better way to have it.
This is 1/4 bourbon, the
Three
rest
fourths,
of it beer,
and it's delicious.
and this is delicious.
Oh man, Andy, I wish I had some. What did you just use the regular larceny in that? Because I got a couple more bottles of this. I will have
I'm
to.
sure they just aged it in regular larceny.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah, I doubt they put it in the.
So here's the funny thing, Jody. It's funny. Well, I'm the same way. Cindy started getting into whiskey because we had like a whiskey of the week, and we're trying to get more people involved in whiskey. And she's now been buying things and actually just on her own. She says, "I need to finish some of her bottles before she gets another one." When we start different flavors and stuff. Well,
No, you don't do that. You
See?
get like this.
so there's so much
I know,
selection,
it's,
right?
It's dangerous.
Oh, Andy, you've got quite a collection too. You and Jody could go hand for hand.
Jody, you want me to show you a little something here? We'll take you back to all the. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Teresa's not working tonight. Is Teresa's? Is Thursday her
there's
off
all the-
nights? That's what I want to know. It's her off night. Okay. Who goes live tonight? Anybody else? Who? What's Thursday nights?
I think Phil's
Phil
supposed to
went
go
last
tonight.
night. No,
Did
well,
he go
Phil went last night. Yeah, I don't think he goes on Thursday night. I think it's Sty maybe. I think Sty goes tonight. I'm just
No,
curious.
Jody's going tonight with special guest Todd from 21090.
That's-
you don't want to
that
miss
is-
that one. You want to be there.
That is true. That is true.
That's right. That's right. Now, Todd already called an hour before we even started. So,
Oh, I don't know.
but I
mean,
wasn't planning on going more than an hour anyway.
I don't even think Todd had permission before an hour ago. You're lucky you got him.
I'm here, aren't I? I was here on time.
Now, I was, and this is when my normal Thursday night review comes out anyway. So I don't want to step on Phil's toes or anybody. This is a warm up class.
There you go.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
Sty
Hey,
goes
you know
tonight.
what though? We would definitely, if you do want to do the Weller or if you get a birthday or something, we'd be happy to.
Oh,
to
yeah.
jump on.
Well,
That's
I'm telling
good.
you might want to cap it. And, well, this is going to be your review video for it. It'll get you views. It just make the tag be review of Caramella. I mean, the video we did for Caramella, and it's almost at 2,000 views. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Although Jody puts out a cooking video and gets 2,000 views in the first week, which is great.
Yeah,
But you know what, Jody? It's funny. Just kind of going off track here, but if YouTube picks it up, you're gold. Like,
Yep. Pushes
you
it
pull
out.
up the rare breed, nothing.
Nothing.
I know it's a hit or a miss. Like every once in a while, all of a sudden, I'll start getting
Is
30
that Jody
views
or
an
me?
hour.
Whose connection is that?
What? What's wrong?
I'm not hearing anything.
Me neither. It must be you then, Andy.
Oh, maybe it was me. That was my connection. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, you're a little grainy.
I'm in the basement, basement. You know where I am, Todd. So I'm away from kids here for a moment or two.
No, but that every once in a while I'll look and I'll be getting sometimes even 100 views in an hour, and
great.
the views are like 30 seconds because I'm the next video automatic to play after something.
Well, that's not a bad thing. I mean,
It's not a bad thing.
you want them to, yeah. So then you have to work on your hook to get them to watch more than 30 seconds. That's the thing. Dang it. So we have that problem too. We all do.
They just lost track of their video that they were really wanting to watch, and they didn't.
I don't know. Come on now. Burner series is good. I just got to figure out a way to do it as nice as you. I don't know, man. Ugh. So all right. So Jody's finished his beer already. We thought it would take.
I still have more to pour.
Okay, good. Good.
I'm just going back and forth between the bourbon one and the regular one. This one is super sweet though, without
Yes.
the bourbon in it.
Correct.
Actually, I feel like I might need a bourbon pour just to.
Oh.
It is super sweet.
Well, are we all pouring bourbon? Because I have
Yeah.
the next in the Advent calendar is Angel's Envy.
Well, Angel's Envy had port wine barrels, but
Oh, that's no good then.
it is what it is.
I'm going to finish this before I start drinking
I'm gonna
whiskey.
do a little for Wilderness Trail rye.
Check this out.
Oh, so what did you do there, Jody? What do you got there?
I'm emptying the bottle.
I'm empty too. Mine's empty too. Mine is completely empty. I can drink this so easily.
Yeah.
So anybody
This
out
is
there,
lighter.
if
This
if
is lighter.
it's much lighter. If you can see this out, they're still out there in some places. The base is absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
And then this wheat, I think this was the most heavily distributed. The wheat wine was this, or the Caramella. It's a green label. I'm telling you, get it. It is. Oh, what do you got there, Andy?
A little Wilderness Trail rye, just a little chaser.
Oh, look
Oh,
at
there you
Andy.
go.
I can't open my barrel
Skinny.
proofs. I haven't. They're both of them are unopened. So
Shane, what are you laughing at? You and Cindy, come on. Oh, I knew that answer would come from
wine.
you. Yeah, Andy, they know us already.
I didn't write that.
Oh yeah, sure you didn't. Sure you didn't. Anyway, all right. So here's the thing, Andy. We're going to be doing. Jody, we'll have the. We got the prop too. Is the last variant we got? We'll be doing that this weekend.
All right.
We trade for it. So we trade for all these things, and then we also traded for. Did you hear that they're the base? So the base is a blend, right, of Wild Turkey, Heaven Hills, and Buffalo Trace barrels. That's what the base is. But they, unbeknownst to anybody, they snuck out in the Chicago area single barrel variants of the base. Not telling anybody. The only way you know is by looking at the label. It have a WT, a BT, or a HH on it. And they snuck out single barrels of the base. And so we're getting them. Because I got to try that. Got to try it.
Hey Todd, and you know what? I have something for you to try too.
What?
So I got this is in New York. They don't sell this in Maryland.
Oh, Heaven Hill.
That's Heaven Hills Bottle and Bond, and then this is Kentucky only. This is from Justin's House of Bourbon. That is the green label Heaven Hill
Okay.
that you can only get in Kentucky.
No, have
6
you had any
years.
of those, Jody? Have you ever had any of those from Heaven Hill? Yeah, I haven't either.
Elijah Craig and Larceny are Heaven Hill, but that's
You can only get them in certain places. Why is that? Why do they do that?
The green label is supposed to be a gift to Kentuckians because it is $13 and it's a 6-year bourbon, which is insane.
So it's
people
great and
non-age
cheap.
state, but most bourbons now because they just it's easier to produce. 6 years old and amazing for the value.
Yeah.
But they don't want to mass produce it. It's supposed to be for people in Kentucky only. It's their little gift. Now, some places will ship out, like Justin's House of Bourbon. So when my brother was there, he says, "You want to try this?" I said, "Yep, pick me up a bottle."
Really?
And actually, Scotty, Robot Scott, picked me up the Heaven Hill when he was in New York. He said, "You want this one?" I said, "Yeah." So I usually give them a yay or a nay if they find stuff and say, "Yeah, I'll take it." So
There you go.
the way you trade for stuff, I'm like with Rye Guy. You're in Carolina, you found another turkey? Yeah, I'll take it.
There you
So,
go.
one of those
Hey,
things.
everybody, hit that like button. Just let Jody know. Hey, I think Jody should do more live streams, man.
more live streams.
Why not?
That'll cause me to have to pay for StreamYard.
No, you don't. Well, not if you do one a week or one every other week. I think I would love to sit down and watch you drink whiskey, man.
I tell you what, Jody, if you grow and to the point
You're
where
gonna
you're
wanna do
enjoying this more, it is
Yeah.
one of the best investments I've made.
It's a great way to connect.
It was awesome and kind of a game changer for what you can do as far as uploading,
Yep.
putting on your logo, stuff like that. It's really,
Well, it's a
really
great
cool.
way to connect with people that you see comment on your videos, and you just get to know. That's how we've gotten to know you really well too. I mean, from our live streams.
and I have looked at it because you can set up an intro. You can
Yeah.
change the little duck up there to Bourbon Bounty.
Yep.
That type
Yeah.
of stuff.
Right.
It'd be pretty cool. Cindy says I need some good cocktail recipes.
Here we go.
My last video I put out was about homemade eggnog. So
Yes. Oh, Jody, here's a great thing then. For our whiskey of the week this week, it's whiskey, it's eggnog basically. We're doing Evan Williams, but bring your home. Come on, can you make some and tell us how good it is and give us the recipe? And we'll put up your video or whatever. We'll share that out.
Yeah, I can come on. I mean, the video posted Monday. So
There you go. I'd
Yeah,
love
it'd be
that.
great.
There's a sneak peek for everybody out there.
Hey,
Sneak
and
peek.
Peppers and Kentucky Living's here. We were just talking about the Heaven Hill that you can only get in Kentucky unless it's shipped out. So that the green label Heaven Hill there. We were just talking about your neck of the woods.
Now, Cindy, if you hate eggnog, I can tell you, look up mulled wine. It's really, really good.
I don't even know what that is.
What's it called?
She says I hate eggnog.
Mulled wine.
Mold? MOLD?
MULLED.
Mold. We call it mold.
There's that Carolina accent. Did you say
Mold.
mold? Do you guys drink moldy stuff down there? Okay.
Mold. Mold wine, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's got spices in it. It's red wine. It's,
let me, Jody. I got to watch that video now. Don't give it all away. But what is your bourbon of choice for that eggnog?
anything. That's what I discovered. I just tried 3 different bourbons in it. I tried TX bourbon, hence the hat.
Oh yeah, that's a nice hat,
It
Andy.
lifted it, but what I said about the TX bourbon is if you have someone wanting to drink it, but they don't want to taste the alcohol too much, use TX bourbon. And then I used Old Tub because it's the bottled and bond, unfiltered. But
Yeah.
my favorite that I had with it was the Woodford Reserve Double Oak.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but that's good.
Oh, that's fantastic. I bet. All right, cool.
We're probably going to go cheap and do like the pre-made Evan Williams.
Yeah, Evan
bottle,
Williams eggnog.
Eggnog and see what
I have no recipe. Maybe we should watch Jody's
I
video
will watch it. I thought about that time.
And-
If it's not too complicated, maybe we could do
and
it.
make it. That would be cool. But we're gonna put out so other people can get is the Evan Williams or any type of eggnog that's got.
By the way, Jody, the mulled wine, that's the spice like wine that you heat up and serve warm, correct?
Well,
That's the,
yeah,
the spice
cook
wassail stuff that.
Yeah, you cook the stuff, the spices, the star anise or whatever you want to put in there, and then you filter it out into a glass, and then you can add other things to it, whiskeys or whatever. But it's big in Europe.
Very good. Hey, Andy, I didn't
I
know
only
this.
had it once and it was good.
Peppers in Kentucky is from Bardstown. Isn't
Yeah,
that
I just-
like
I
where
just-
there's
I just shot
a
him
ton of
a message.
distillers there? That's crazy.
There's a lot of good stuff coming out of Bardstown. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. It's a great place to go for.
Jody, have you
for
ever
some
been
good
down to
juice.
the Bourbon Trail or anything like that? Have you ever been in Kentucky to do that or no?
We were just about to go.
Oh, it's right. You've told it. I remember you
Before
saying this.
COVID
That's
hit,
like you told. That's right. God
We were
dang.
planning a spring trip, and then
COVID.
yeah,
Yep, my brother and I were doing the same thing. We were going to go to Kentucky. We had it planned out, and then that was that. And then we get the call from Rabbit Hole in Louisville. We're like, heck yeah, we'll come take a private tour. This would be great. And then again, COVID was like.
COVID.
We even had Guinness had us set up to come in and do a shoot at Guinness, which was going to be really cool in Baltimore.
And that was in March of last. Yeah, God, it's almost
Literally
been,
the week of the lockdown is when we were scheduled to go
Yep.
into
He's
Guinness.
like,
Like the week.
"Sorry,
we just shut
guys."
Everything down. Like, nope, sorry.
and they still aren't open like they are. So it's who knows when that'll be.
I mean, I'm already lining up one big shoot when the vaccine, when everyone gets comfortable again.
Yep.
And it's going to be a good one, but I don't know when that's going to happen. So.
All right. Well, hopefully soon. Hold on. What did Cindy say? Hunt for Heat. There is pecan pie bourbon cocktail too. Ooh, that sounds right up my alley. No.
It does
Hey,
sound
rose
good.
syrup in it.
Louisville. I can do that. Louisville.
Louisville. Look,
I don't have
Jim
the- I
Beam,
don't have
Knob
the
Creek.
southern- the
Hey, let me
southern
ask you this,
twang.
Jody. When you were planning your trip, did you have all the distilleries lined up that you were going to go to, or you just going to kind of see what you hit and just go wherever you may go?
Yeah, this is a well. Let me answer this question. This is a bourbon channel that loves beer,
There you go.
but the beer is bourbon barrel aged beer.
That's right.
So call it a bonus video.
There you go. Oh no, please don't. We love whiskey too. We're like the opposite. We're a beer channel that now loves whiskey. In fact, we'd probably do just as much whiskey now as we do beer. We just homebrew. Anything that has beer or whiskey in it, we're good with. That's all.
And
when you
honestly,
combine,
That's only because Todd won't let me do wine too, or I'd throw that in.
yeah,
I'd throw it in there too. We'd be doing all. We'd do the trifecta if you have.
I think the marriage of bourbon and beer is to me my sweet spot. I love barrel. I love this time of year because they all come out. Oh, it's so good, so good.
It's a good time for it too, because you get burnt out of all the IPAs over the summer.
And we didn't say hi to Vanessa
yeah.
Kitty. I feel like we've
I
hello,
said hi,
Vanessa.
Vanessa, when she first came.
I missed her. I'm sorry, Vanessa. How are you? I apologize. Cheers.
Todd's so big now he forgets to say hello to people. That's just he's such a he's such a
Hey.
big star.
What is anybody? It's 6:30 now. Somebody has to be done dinner and is open to cocktail, right, Jody? What is everybody else drinking here? Let's open up the chat. I know Cindy might have something now that we're drinking, and Peppers in Kentucky's talking about whiskey. Come on, Vanessa Kitty, Saucy Shane. Come on, you said you were thirsty. We'll open up something. You know?
Yeah, 5:30. You know, it's even Central Time. 5:30.
There you go. It's time. It's like happy hour time, right? So there's got to be somebody
Todd will bully you into a drink any day he can.
No, not at all. Hey, it's all about whatever you want, man. I tell you what.
Misery loves company. Yeah.
You know, it's funny, Jody. That Texas hat doesn't kind of, Todd. If you look at it, doesn't it kind of look old school Sox hat? When he has it kind of
Yeah,
the old
it
school
does.
white
Black
Sox
and white
cap.
with
Kinda
the
like
X on the bottom. You love that Texas whiskey, Andy.
Yeah, I got actually. I'll
It
tell
is.
you,
I'm surprised Jody likes
it's
it.
so
It's
that's
pretty
really
sweet, though.
really sweet.
It's all right. I just like a balanced bourbon. I think it's really balanced.
It's
a
made
little
from
on the sweet side.
Jody. The yeast is made from a pecan, so that's where a lot of that sweetness comes from. Like they actually harvest it from a pecan. That's where they get that really overwhelmingly sweet taste to the Texas. Which and it's of course it's like I think it's 80 proof, so it's very low. But it's a pretty
Yeah,
bourbon.
it is. It's a sub 90.
But I will tell you,
Cheers, hobo.
I think Balcones is my favorite out of Texas. They're just phenomenal. Just
I gotta tell
everything
you,
they do is
not to get
ridiculously
the
good.
main point of this video was this. I love this beer. This beer gets as you drink it, it just gets better and better. It's so easy to drink.
Agreed.
I
God,
think
it's so
as it
good.
warms up, it gets better. And I had mine a little cheap.
Yeah, as it warms up, right? It's so when you think of the flavors in this beer, which are sweet red apples, they're not using the Granny Smith or anything. Sweet red apples, the cassia bark, and the caramel in a wheat wine that's already sweet in larceny barrels. That's also a sweet bourbon. I was expecting. Don't get me wrong. It's a sweet beer. Don't get me wrong, but I think they blended these perfectly. The only drawback is I'd love some more bourbon, but you're saying you probably wouldn't get it anyway because of those flavors are so. And the larceny's not a bourbon full like a.
No, I think you're struggling to pull out what's already. You're overloaded with sweetness, and if you age it any longer, you're going to pull out additional sweetness from the barrel. So, I think that it's.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Because as you notice, the longer these things age, the more those sweeter tones come shining through. So
Yeah.
you want to overload it. You put it in the barrel for a month and take it out.
What's that?
After drinking it like this, they should have left a little bourbon in the bottom of that barrel.
Look at
They
you.
did that a couple of years ago. So.
What?
So when Bourbon County, or I'm sorry, Goose Island did their, I think it was 20, Todd, help me with this. I think it was 16. They left a little bit of bourbon in the barrels and then added the beer.
Oh,
so
yes.
it was actually sloshing around when they actually
Correct.
added the beer to
Correct.
the bourbon. And so it was,
yeah.
it was an overwhelming bourbon punch that
larceny.
some people just didn't
Yes.
like.
Yes.
17 came out, was probably my favorite still to this day of the base.
20
It's
right
just
now is my
amazing.
favorite. 20 is the favorite.
20,
the best
20 is good.
20 to me tops. I even loved. I look back at our 16, Andy. We really only started getting. I've probably drank since 14 Bourbon County Stout, but our channel only started reviewing them.
Mm-hmm.
I think 16 was our first year. To me, 20 is 20 is magical. It is such a good base.
This has been since 18 was pretty good too. It was pretty phenomenal.
18 was
The Ramble,
good, yep.
The vanilla and the midnight stout.
Oh,
But this has been the best
no doubt.
overall lot that I've had, where
Yep.
everything was good.
I agree.
So unless the
well-
proprietor terrible, this has been the best.
Let me catch people up just a little bit. So this
Yes.
is Caramella. It's the wheat wine ale, a Bourbon County Stout special, I guess you'd call it, special release.
A good variant. Yep.
A variant, and I mixed it, and it's aged in larceny bourbon barrels, and I mixed in this glass 1 part larceny, the 92 proof, with 3 parts of the Caramella, and I can tell you this is better. Now, of course, I raised the octane on it a little
Well,
bit.
I think you did make a better drink there. He could not have. Hey, B Wizzle, cheers, brother. And then
Cheers, man.
I
Hey,
want to.
Vanessa's got, by the way, she's got
What?
the dragon's milk. She said, which is
yeah.
another good one. We did that. That's really good. So yeah, that's excellent.
There you go, Vanessa.
There you go. This is how we get in trouble. Every time someone mentions a
It
name,
is.
we're pulling out bottles of bourbon or beer and saying, "Here it is." And just
I want to say something. Saucy Shane's going to be Andy. He won the 18 and 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
So his next video is going to be a review of the 2018 and 2020. You're welcome, Shane. You won them fair and square, brother.
that's
Jody's
awesome.
still trying to win some. Dang it, Jody.
That's all right.
That's all right, Jody. We're going to send you some an anniversary here from.
Yeah, I'll reciprocate with some
Nice.
stuff over
You
here.
hear that? And Jody, let us know. It's not 1 ounce pours. He does 4 ounce pours.
There we go. That's good. I like that.
I'll take it. I might share with Andy. I don't know. He's got a lot of whiskey behind him. I don't have as much whiskey as he does.
No, but when he comes over, he has more
I
than
do.
enough. The most.
It's like a kid in a candy store.
So Jody, I'll tell you this right now. I gave him the rest of one of my Wild Turkey Rare Breed ryes because we were doing a shoot one night,
Andy, we
And
drank it all. What happened on Tuesday night, by the way?
You don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
He goes into my basement. We're outside shooting. He goes, I got to use the bathroom quick. Runs down, comes back out. He's a bigger smile on his face. Goes, hey, hold on. I think I left something downstairs. Comes back down, a little bigger smile on his face. Come back. I'm like, I'm going to check on Tyson. I'm going to grab another beer. He keeps going in and pouring turkey. Every time he goes down.
That Rareby Rye is like candy.
Hey, what are you doing, man?
I love
It
it.
is actually, not to change topic, but I still think probably my favorite pour of 2020 is the Rareby Rye. I think that's the best.
Jody, we got to
The
get
best
you
pour
there.
I had this year. Yeah.
Andy, you know what we need to do?
I can send Jody. I'll send
when
Jody
we
a
send
sample,
you
yeah.
this Weller, and I'll put in the box, Jody, a little sample of the Rare Breed Rye, so you can at least have it and see how good it is.
Review it on your channel. Let us know what you think.
Right.
We love it. I'll send you a pour.
Couple bottles of it.
And
Couple pours. He needs a bit more than 1 ounce. 1 ounce isn't
I'm not
going
going
to
to send you a
justice.
couple bottles. I love you, but not
Pours.
that much. But I'll send you a couple pours.
I'm not
Couple
gonna
pours.
reciprocate with a couple of bottles.
No.
But
Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
I'll do that for you. That'll be fun. We can do.
Let
that.
me ask you guys this: when we did the rabbit hole, and Jody, you had, when I was doing the prep work for that, there was people that had mixed feelings about rabbit hole because how expensive it is. Now,
It is expensive.
the
but
four we did though, I thought were really good. But the question is, doesn't that high end, and they don't have a huge name recognition, doesn't that hurt people from trying their product?
It does. It
Yeah.
really does. I think they should do some special releases or something
Right.
that are
Why
in the
would they do that?
$35 range.
Why wouldn't they do that?
I don't know.
Well,
But,
so I did talk to Adam about that, Todd.
Yeah.
And one of the things that he was saying was, I haven't been to Louisville, but what their goal was to make the tasting experience better than anywhere else. So they have the Overlook bar, overlooks all downtown Louisville, all glass, like crazy tasting events. So apparently the experience is crazy. The amount of money they put in was nuts. So in order to justify that, plus be against all these other big hitters, they had to jack up the price of the bottles. So you're paying a little bit for experience and story versus,
Okay.
what you probably should pay.
Yeah,
for.
but
So,
the problem with that is though, you have people like our viewers who were. Some people went out to look for it and they saw the price tag and they're like, I don't blame them. I
that's
didn't do
exactly
it either.
why they have a digital ambassador who's going out and reaching out to people and saying promote us versus us
I
promoting
know.
them. That's
I know.
just.
I'll tell you
that's why.
what they should do though. They should do what do they have, 4 or 5? They have 5.
Four, I think. Four.
They should do a 4-box small bottle collection
Ah, yes, that's it.
as a at-home tasting
Exactly.
and sell it for I don't know, $20 or something.
Yeah,
Yep.
and just
know.
so you'll find that one you absolutely love, and you're like, I'm going to try it now because I love
So
that
now
bourbon.
I have, once I've tried this little bottle in a snifter, now I'm brave enough to spend the 78,
Correct.
whatever.
Yep.
I thought that High Gold was the best one though, and not even what's the one that's in the port, the red one? What's that one? That's the most expensive one, I think. The one that's in the sherry, I think it's in the sherry barrels, and he's frozen up. But to me, the High Gold was the best. Hey, we got some new people in the chat. Look at that.
Oh, she said she won a bottle of Old Humble last night.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Where you live again? What's your address?
I think it's okay. Vanessa Kitty wants to know which rabbit hole should she try. I will defer to the Jody here because he is the expert, and Andy just froze, so he's gonna have to. You have to get him off.
I think you can't go wrong with the High Gold as a good starter.
It's called High Gold. Yeah. So
HEIGOLD.
GOLD. I think it's great. Yeah.
But I do, and I'm not a big fan of finished bourbons. That's one of the best finished bourbons I've had. Is the other one? What was the Derringer?
There it is. Vanessa Kitty Derringer is the red. Yes.
Yeah,
that's great too. It's really good. Most people love that and they go for that.
No, it's not a straight bourbon. I mean,
Right.
it's a finished bourbon.
Right.
But
There's John and Ellie. Hey, John. John and Ellie is another great beer tuber. John, we did a review of the Caramella, which I don't know if you've had, brother, but this thing is absolutely fantastic. And then Jody, of course, kicked up a notch by doing a chase, or actually mixing a quarter.
1/4 to 3/4 beer, 1/4 larceny, the 92. Of course, I kicked the alcohol content up on it when I did that, but it cut the sweetness in half
Yeah.
with only 1/4 bourbon. So if you want a good mixer, Here it is right here.
Boom. Andy lost his connection. He said, thanks, Jody, for having him, and that's fine. I think it's better off with just us two anyway. That's okay.
If he pops back up in the basement, I'll make him sweat.
I don't know if he can. Something happened with his connection, and we're good. But anyway, who else is in the chat? We've got
my mom.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
All right. Do you think your mom would like a Caramella? Would she drink a Caramella, Jody?
No.
She doesn't like alcohol.
I mean, it does have good apple pie flavor, and she does like it sweet. She likes. My mom likes margaritas here and there, but she likes the Moscatos.
Ooh, yes, the wines.
Wines.
Yep.
Yeah. As long as they're on the sweeter side of it. And she will drink those wine cooler things, the malt beverages with the strawberries or whatever. But I think she would like a tiny glass of this.
Okay.
And then that's it.
Yeah. I think it's easy to drink. I mean, you would never know it's 15% alcohol in it, and I don't think it's overwhelming bourbon. Here's the question. Do you see what John and Ellie said? I have to travel outside of the state of Georgia to get any of the new BCS variants. They are all over 14% alcohol, which is legal. That is crazy. John, I'd move out of Georgia. I would move out of Georgia right now.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't do that because you can get Weller for dirt ass.
It's a give and take.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I got you.
And I bought my Willet pot still in Georgia too.
Yeah, hold on. That's not the liquor laws everywhere. Like we have no in Maryland. Most of the places aren't like that. You can. There's Robot Scott. Hey, we were just talking about you earlier, Scott. Anyway, we're drinking the Caramella, Scott. Actually, we're almost done. And Jody has found a new way to improve this amazing beer. Jody, how did you do it? Tell Scott how you made that better.
I since it was aged in larceny barrels, I took the larceny 92, the regular old larceny, and I put 1/4 larceny to 3/4 of the Caramella. Spot on. It cut the sweetness in half.
And it is. Hey, has anybody in this chat had this beer besides me and Jody? I bet you Scott might have because it's readily available in Maryland. I'm just curious. We got a lot of people in the chat here, Jody. All of a sudden, people are popping in. I love it. This is fun.
Yeah.
Who wants to see more live streaming from Jody? I do. I think he should do it more often. I want to see him drinking these awesome bourbons. And he can educate ourselves. You have great edited videos too, so don't get me wrong. But
and I put all my effort into that VR 180, and now I'm pissing people off because they're like, "It's so hard to watch."
Why is it hard to watch?
They're on their phones.
No, it's not.
It moves around if
you just hold it still. You gotta. I mean,
yeah, I know. So. Anyway, it's give or take. I told people, I said, put your thumb on the screen and kind of hold it in place.
There you go. There you go.
But I mean, I watch them on in the VR visors.
Oh, is it cool?
And
I don't have any of those.
It looks like I'm sitting right across from myself.
That's cool. See, that's the thing. If they would make those things more easily, how much do these cost? Those like I don't know what are they? Oculus.
Well, I have an Oculus Go, but I'm looking at probably upgrading to the next Oculus Quest 2.
Okay.
Just because it's going to be clearer, But you can get a visor on Amazon to fit your phone for $35.
Oh, there you go. And look at Vanessa Kitty. She says, I love the VR 180. I get to look all over your room. So she's not watching you. She's just checking out your whole cool.
Every once in a while when I'm watching myself on VR, I get to stumbling and I want to reach out and slap myself.
Is anybody, Scott, tell me you're pouring some kind of bourbon. Is anyone, John, Anelia, I know you have beer. Hopefully you're drinking. It's happy hour time. You maybe just got finished, your dinner, pouring yourself a cocktail to hopefully celebrate Friday being almost here. We're enjoying a fabulous offering from Bourbon County Stout. And Jody will soon have, guys, he's going to review it on his channel, the Weller. Look at this. I've got one right here too. I'm aging this.
Wait.
Look at that beautiful beer. It's the Weller 12-year anniversary, 12-year right bourbon. I don't know anything about that bourbon. Is it okay? Is it good? I don't know.
Yeah,
the beer is like
Weller is sweet anyway. I call it the State Fair bourbon. The regular Weller, the green label. You can buy a jug of it for $30 in Georgia. It's a very caramel apple, candy apple flavor.
Okay.
A lot of apple in it. It's a wheater.
Not I don't want to bias you. Oh, look at Andy. But when we drank that, it was like the base on steroids. Everything was amped up because I think they aged it for 2 years in that barrel. So all those chocolate, it's like a fudgy chocolate goodness. The bourbon comes through the oak. It's just like a
Nice.
fantastic.
Well, and I have some regular Weller over. I don't have
Ooh.
12.
Oh,
So
that's
I
what
made,
we were looking for that too, to do them like you're doing now,
yeah.
but we didn't have it. So Todd watches all his Alanis Morissette videos in VR1. Hey, he buys. No, I don't, Andy. I just got home from work. I think I'll pour some Evan Williams bottled and bond. There you go. Jody, I still say price wise, and this may be one best bang for buck, 100 proof, right? Not bad at all.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think.
I mean, I will say
What do you
this
got?
one here is
Oh,
not
Old
bad
Tub, yes,
either.
yes, sir. It's
You
good
know,
too. Yes,
all
I
bottled
agree.
and bond. All bottled and bond for everyone watching is 100 proof.
Yes, I like John. I didn't know you were a big bourbon fan. You need to do some more bourbon reviews then. You know, it's funny, Jody. I was not a whiskey fan. We did a video. It never made our channel. Andy has it. He might just put it up to our members to make fun of me. But we were going to do something with, I don't know, it's called Glams and Drams, where we would review like 80s rock music and drink a dram of, some type of bourbon 3 different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And he did, I think, Old Granddad. What's the big Old Granddad? What's that?
Well, the 101's the one that's really popular.
I don't know what he had, but I think it was Old Granddad. It was high proof, and I tried that and was like, this is straight, and I was like, I couldn't do it. That was probably a year and a half ago, and since then, the first, and he's like, we got to do whiskey. I love it. Let's please put it into our repertoire, and I'm like, okay, sure. We started out with Larceny. I'm like, you know what? It's a high weeder. It was much less. It wasn't as harsh as Old Granddad. Look at Jody. Look at him. He loves it. Pouring it, and I love it now. Whiskey to me is a part of my. It's crazy. I can sit down with a whiskey and just love it. With beer though, and I can drink beer, and believe me, I love beer. I brew beer. I get like bloated, and I get worse hangovers with beer than I do whiskey. I don't know why that is.
114. That's what I meant. 114.
There it is. Oh, 114. That's what we had.
Granddad,
Yeah.
114. I was thinking Wild Turkey 101.
Good night, Andrew.
But I'm actually getting a nose off this thing now.
Oh, see, that's the only complaint I have about this wheat wine is that there's a hint of bourbon now that it's warmed up completely, Jody. A hint of that bourbon, but it's not overpowering, and I guess that's because of all the adjuncts that are in it. But now that you put a little Larceny in it,
I'm getting a pretty good hint of bourbon off this.
It's good stuff, buddy. Good stuff. Jody's dad said mom is limited to what she drinks, but Jody's dad will try anything. Oh, your dad will try anything, Jody.
Yep.
All right.
He will.
There you go.
Now, he may curl his nose at it, but he will give it a fair shot.
Look at Vanessa Kitty, 60s and 70s rock, tasting different shrooms and brews. That I can tell you will not be on our channel.
I'll tell you what, my dad, though, in all honesty, will try any alcohol, like heavy alcohol, bourbons, whiskeys, scotches, all of that.
Is that where you got your bourbon love from, your dad?
Part of, that and surrounding family and everything.
All right, there you go.
And classmates and football team, if whatever we could get our hands on.
Yes.
Take a sniff of.
Heck
But
yeah.
but he shies away. Dad is more apt to try a hard liquor than a beer. He likes his Miller Lite
Okay.
and then
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
and then give me whatever hard stuff.
Oh, so whatever hard stuff. That's interesting.
Yeah, he'll drink whatever. He'll taste it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, me and Andy drink Miller Lite, and it's when we're going to tailgate, I'm not drinking 10, 6, 7, 8, 9% IPAs. Wouldn't make it to the game, and so you got to drink the Miller Lite, or I just still. And Robot Scott's here. I'm stuck at work. Oh, jeez, come on, Scott, you work all the time, brother. Anyway,
I get stuck at work all the time, and it's about 10 feet from where I am right now.
Oh, yeah, that's how I am too. I haven't been in our office since March. And they've now said we won't be in our office until March, at earliest March 31st.
Yeah, well, they're doing the vaccine thing,
I know. There you go. What if Vanessa?
Say, after you take the second shot,
Yes.
1 week after you take the second shot, it's
Yes.
a 95 to 100% efficacy, depending on
Let's do it. Yes. All right. So you need a second shot then, is what you're saying.
You do need a second shot. The way Pfizer came out with their now, I think Moderna is one shot, one kill or whatever. But the way Pfizer stood it up is there's no live anything in it. There's no virus in either shot. You're getting your cell receptors have to be conditioned to not receive the virus.
Got it.
And so the first shot prepares your body.
And then the second.
You will get a low-grade fever and some joint muscle aches for.
Well, don't you do that with the flu too sometimes? Can't you get that too?
Sometimes. Depends on the strain and what they're fighting against. But you will, with this Pfizer shot, for about 24 to 36 hours. So my suggestion is, if you don't work on the weekend, get it on Friday after work. By Sunday, you're going to be right as rain.
There you go. Look at that.
Wait a couple of weeks. You get the second shot. And the second shot's the one that actually blocks the virus from coming in.
I mean, you get everything here on Jody's channel. Not only do you get whiskey and beer, but you get the 411 on how to get this
I
vaccine.
read medical journals. Okay, I do.
Don't you work in the medical field somewhat?
I used to, and I'm trying to again. But I've never been a doctor or anything like that. I do computer security, HIPAA compliant information.
There you go. I love to be able to work from home. Yeah, Scott, it has its blessings and its curses, I would so to speak. What did Vanessa? John is laughing at Vanessa. What did Vanessa say? That was so funny. John and Ellie said, "Laugh out loud. I resupply my moonshine when I visit Laws and." Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I can't believe Georgia would not allow you. Why they have some? What are they protecting there? Why would you not have a? Why could they not have a beer over? But you can sell whiskey.
It's where they sell it. It's how like the times they can sell it and all that, and they cut it off at a certain percent.
But you know what?
Negotiating those laws and getting shit passed.
In Maryland, where I live, I guess the liquor store lobbyists in the state capitol are so strong. They have forbidden places like grocery stores and Walmarts and Costco's from selling alcohol. You can't buy alcohol because they would, I guess, put out liquor stores. I don't know. So you can't
want to be able to buy anything anytime you want.
Yeah.
No matter what. Move to Montana.
Well, maybe I need to do that. My wife might divorce me, but hey.
Man, when I was stationed in Montana for about 14 months, you could go to Walmart. And regular old Walmart and buy any liquor you.
And you know what?
Rows and rows and rows of it.
Teresa, you work. Doesn't Teresa? She works. She comes on her stream from Walmart sometimes, right? So I know she works there. I think is she in Arizona? Where is she? Texas, Arizona, somewhere. I've sent her stuff. So I should know this.
Well, she's in Texas. They don't sell.
No, I think it's Arizona. I know. This is bad. I have sent her a winnings. So Teresa, you don't have to say, but at the Walmart do they sell alcohol and beer? I'm curious. We're lucky to get Total Wine. Yeah, right.
You could actually say Texas and nobody would know where she lives.
That's true.
Texas is about as big.
Texas, there it is. See, it is Texas. So you're saying at Texas they can't sell it in Walmarts?
Not liquor. They can sell beer and wine.
Okay. Got it.
If it's a sound or the super center thing, with the grocery.
Because I see all these people post on like Facebook groups from bourbon sites of all these amazing deals of bourbons at Costco's and that have these sort of reduced price. I'm like, should I buy it? I'm like, for that price, get me 3,
Yeah. But I don't know what the deal is. I mean, but in Texas, you have Total Wine, you have Specs, you have, Big Daddies, you have, all these liquor stores that sell beer. Right. Well, here, it's weird in North Carolina. If they sell the beer here, they can sell it where they sell beer. So they can sell Bourbon County Stout and all, even at 14, 15.
Yeah, right. Yes. That's how it is here.
And where they sell beer and wine.
Correct. But that's how it is here.
They don't cap the wine because there's a lot of good wine at 16, 17%, And DC.
See, DC. So Scott, there's the thing. I need to go to a DC, which is 30 miles down the road. Costco because I've seen like the cases of Bourbon County Stout, Jody. So it's 12 in a case for $109. You get 12 Bourbon County Stouts for $109. Yeah. That's a great deal at Costco. Yeah. I'll take that. Sign me up.
We got them here.
I was paying $13.99 for the base. What were you paying?
I don't know. I paid one. My buddy got them. So
Okay.
he went and stood in line for Black Friday.
Yeah, right. I bet
I
you
gave
paid.
him all those 4 ounce samples of bourbon
Good
and paid
trade.
him for the beer too.
Well, man, look at
You
you.
know, but that was just so I called it saving on bail money because
Uh,
I can't do Black Friday, man. I will elbow somebody in the mouth in a heartbeat. Try to cut in front of
well,
me.
you know what's funny is the liquor store. So we got a few sent from Goose Island to us to review, which we appreciate. Don't get me wrong, but we also wanted to get more, and so I went to our local. And Scott, you know where this is? It's Christo's in Ferndale, Maryland, and I went in there on the Monday before Black Friday. So it's now Monday. This is supposed to these Bourbon County stouts that we're reviewing tonight are supposed to come out on Black Friday every year, and they do. The guy said that owns it, the guy John, he's like, you know what? I'm not waiting until Friday. You want it? I just got it in today. Here, he opened. It was like heaven opened up. He's like, here you go. He had the Weller. I'm like, I'll take 3 of each. No, I didn't take 3 of each. I took 1 of each. And I don't understand why people hold them. Like, if I'm a liquor store owner, why am I holding product that I just paid for 4 or 5 days? I would get it out. I think it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
They make a deal with them.
I guess.
I don't know who that question was for, but I'm in North Carolina. I think you're in Maryland, right?
I'm in Maryland. Yep.
Maryland, and Vanessa Kitty's in Connecticut. Connecticut.
Right, John. Right. I'd jump on that deal too. That case from Costco. It's ridiculous. I think it was $109 for 12. I was like, what the heck? Or no, 119 for 12. So it was just under $10 a bottle, which is a steal if you ask me, especially this year.
I paid 152.
Yeah, there you go.
For 6 regulars, 6 of the base, because my buddy bought a 12 case.
Oh, so he's probably got a discount on that. Yep.
So we split them, and then he bought 2 each because it was 2 per customer. So he bought 2 each of the 3 variants we had, which was the Kentucky Fog Special Number 4, and the Caramella.
Yeah, the Caramella was going around us for like 22, and the Weller was going for 34. So, and then I assume.
Oh, I would have paid whatever.
I did.
Yeah.
I can tell you,
once a year, man. It's once a year.
It's once a year.
Yeah.
And when they're this good this year, I'll never forget. Oh, next time, text me. I would like. All right, Scott, you want the Weller one, Scott? Christo's has it right now. That's why I'm getting one for Jody. Don't buy one for Jody. I'm going to buy tomorrow. But you can go up there right now. Christo's has it. Christo's has like 5 or 6 sitting up. I don't think people know that they're there.
Hey, I'm not going to bottle these samples till I get a confirmation.
I would, don't do that either. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. I got to make sure I go get it tomorrow because Scott's going to go over there and buy them all. I shouldn't have said that. Dang it. Anyway, well, look, I'm done the Bourbon County stuff.
I have probably more Weller than beer left in this glass.
So what do you? Let me get. Okay, so guys, is anyone in the chat had this? If not, if you find it, would you recommend it, Jody?
Larceny. I meant larceny. Oh, the
Caramella.
Caramella. This is my second choice.
There you go.
Of the ones I've had. My first choice is Special Number 4. If you can get your hands on that Special Number 4, freaking grab it. If you like coffee, if you like espresso, if you like that, this would be my second choice. The Kentucky Fog, it's right there. I think it's kind of even with the standard release for me. The Kentucky Fog. It's just a little lighter on the tongue. The Kentucky Fog.
Agreed.
And the regular's a little thick.
I think so, Scott. I think that $35. It's a bigger bottle, by the way. And actually, that's the same bottle. So no, I shouldn't say that. It's a bigger beer. It tastes like I don't know. One time, yes, I think it's worth it. I do think it's worth it. I think it's fantastic. I'd split it with somebody, enjoy it over an hour, and just like kind of how me and Jody did this.
I want you to see the film coming down.
Look at that.
Trails.
Well, you put bourbon in it. That's no fair. I didn't put any bourbon in mine.
Yeah.
So
I had a lot of bourbon in
Hey.
that at the end.
And you know what, Scott? If you have a Weller 12, that's, I think, the way to do it. You sip on a little Weller 12 and drink that Weller. Oh, my God, that would be, phew, that's a good night right there. And
burnt sugar taste. Yeah, Vanessa, I did get some of that burnt sugar, a little bit.
Oh, the fog?
It was sort of like
Vanessa, you tried that. That's awesome. There it is right there.
Yeah.
I was surprised. Andy didn't get hardly any. I don't know why, but when I smell, you can see in our video, I smelt the tea in the background and I tasted it. It wasn't like huge up front, but I thought it was okay. Too many good beers. I don't know, Brian. I don't agree with you on that. Have you had the birthday and the Weller? I don't agree with that. They're fantastic. They're world class beers. I don't agree
It
with that.
just depends. I think a lot of the hype for me this year. I mean, I was impressed last year with the 2019, but not the entire lineup. I think this year this was a great
I
year,
agree.
and so now even if it's crappy next year or not as good, I'll
You're gonna.
probably still lean on the 2020 and go, oh, they're going to do it again. They're going to do it again.
Well, you know what? We'll let you know early. We'll get a couple
Yeah,
early and let you know if they're
yeah.
good or not. That's what I'll say. I don't
But
know, Brian. I get what you're saying. It is expensive, no doubt about it. But I don't know. These beers, the base is 12. You can find them some places for 10.99. I think it's definitely worth it because that's phenomenal. The ones in Weller, especially the one in the Old Forester birthday, that is, I think for me, it's the best beer I've had all year. I'll say it right now. This one right here, and it's $35. But to me, and you might be able to find it a little bit cheaper depending on where you are, but it's fantastic, man. And I'm never probably gonna even drink the birthday bourbon from Forester, so this is as close as I'm gonna get to it. So I'll
I
take
will
it.
tell you this though, with the Bourbon County, the Goose Island stuff, they release on Black Friday. It's a big, I mean, it's starting to get hyped up. People are starting to really key in on it, and it's harder to get, especially the variants. Sometimes the regular base will be there for a little while,
Yes.
but for me, it's the fun of
Yeah.
it. Bring in the season. It's like,
Yep.
hey, let's get some reviews going. Let's try these things out and see what we have this year. And I think this year, I called it on my last review, a hell of an ending to a bad year.
That's right.
You know, I mean, 2020 was screwed up. From mostly due to COVID and lockdowns, and we can't travel like we could. Hell, I had a trip planned to go see the bourbon trails, and visit the distilleries in Kentucky this spring, and that kind of got shut down, and everyone's masking up. And hell, I saw a commercial for Sesame Street talking about how to wear a mask or something, or what to think about COVID. So it's like one of those movies about a dystopian future,
Right. 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 Right.
but
Right.
but no, I mean, it's just something to lift your spirits a little bit, and if you don't want to spend the money on
Yep.
it, don't.
And this
If
is
it
the other
doesn't make
one. Yep,
sense to you.
Vanessa. This is the other one that you'll pay the most for. This is the Weller anniversary. So it's aged in Weller 12. It's all about the barrels with these two. The one I showed you before was the Old Forester birthday. It's all about putting them in special barrels. So I don't know. I mean, sneak. It's a sneak. He said, I don't think the quality. I mean, listen, I've been to the brewery at Goose Island in Chicago. Yeah. InBev owns them, no doubt about it. And people get very upset about I'm not supporting them because they don't support. They're not craft beer anymore. Well, they didn't. They're still making the same beer. I don't get that. I love Bourbon County Stout. Have they been? Yeah, I agree. 2019 wasn't great for them. I agree. They've had skunked beers too. They've infected beers. I get it. Not everybody makes great beers. This year, I'm telling you, is fantastic. I don't care if you don't think it's craft or not. It's fantastic. Beer,
Yeah.
good tasting beers. It's just like it's good. It's good. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
And I'm not trying to stock my fridge with it. I'm just
No.
buying a few bottles of it to try.
Yeah. Right. Right. So anyway, it's all fun. Everybody has their own taste, and I'm not telling anybody to do anything. And you're right. It's what Jody's the same. I feel the same way, Jody. I like to try it. And I don't want to get burned by it, but I'm probably every year going to try it. And I was very happy this year. If you look at our first video we did when we tried the base, and we are like, holy SHI, you know what? This is much better than last year. And I said in that video, and we hadn't tried any other variants. I said, when the base is this good, and it has been really good in certain years, it usually foretells that the variants will be very good. And sure enough, I haven't tasted one bad variant this year.
Yeah. Well, Vanessa Kitty, she's asking about that, and I will say there is typically going to be a lot of times a trade-off in beer when they go mass production. They're going to cut costs. They're going to use less care and feeding. They may have been using, I don't know, some special spring water or some crap, and then they just use filtered water because they can't
Right.
get,
Right.
and there's always
Yep.
a tear down, a little bit of
Yes.
a tear down
That's right.
when they go to ship nationally.
And Brian, you make a good point, and I don't think I've ever had Revolutions, but there's great breweries that make probably better barrel aged beer. I mean, I think Fremont and Bottle Logic out on the West Coast that we have to trade for that gets it. I mean, you can buy the Lagunitas. I'm telling you, for the amount you pay for the Lagunitas Willetized, it's right up there with Bourbon County Stout Base, and you'd probably pay $6-7 cheaper for this. In fact, you can probably get a 4-pack of this for what you would pay for one Bourbon County. Well, maybe two. Maybe two.
Yeah.
I think it costs $17 or something for a 4-pack, and they're smaller bottles. But what my point is, yes, there's a lot of breweries making great barrel aged beer now, no doubt about it. I agree with that.
Yeah. Oh, and I even knew a beer that went mass production and changed their hops. Because, but they tried to get a close variant of the hops.
Yep.
But they couldn't procure enough of the specialty hops that they were using in their original. But they kept the original.
Brian, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They kept the original, said, this is the original, this is the big ship, right?
Yep.
And they didn't even sell the big ship in the local area.
Yep.
Because they were all used to the one.
Yep. There you go. And there, Brian, I agree. Will tie. I think, Jody, you got to find this. If you can find this, tastes very.
Oh, I'll look for it.
It tastes to me. If you close your eyes, you're thinking you're drinking the base of bourbon. I think it's that good, and it's half the price. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check Total Wine.
Yeah, it should be out now. Yeah, so. Jody, I got to get going. You got a great chat here, but you can keep this going and talk. And anybody else wants to come up, do it. I have to just get going and give bass to my kids, but I had a lot of fun, buddy.
Yeah, I did too. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and end this because there's going to be others coming on. I know Phil's coming on, and others are coming on here in a little bit.
Thanks, Sty, Crazy Ann, Teresa. Thanks for hanging out with us all night long. I appreciate it. Brian, it's good to see you again, buddy.
Yeah, and I don't want to step on anyone else's streams. So, and I want to join their streams.
That's right.
So, or
there you
maybe
go.
not, but in the chat. But if they want to pull me up, I'm game.
There you go.
But if not, I'll be content in the chat to hang with, because Vanessa Kitty won't come up.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Crazy Ann still hasn't come up on our channel. I went on her stream this past weekend, and I was expecting Crazy Ann to come on our stream this week. Tuesday nights, by the way, anybody who doesn't know us, we're Tuesday Naughty. Tuesday nights, we go live every Tuesday night. Beer of the week, whiskey of the week, we have fun. So just a plug there.
And I would have loved to jumped on there with y'all Tuesday, but I had to drop off because I was doing that big interview process.
I knew exactly what you're doing, buddy. I knew exactly what you're doing. Yes. Hopefully that went well.
Yeah, I think it did. I mean,
Good.
I'm just waiting to hear back. So,
good for you. Good. Good to hear.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks everyone for joining. Teresa, Vanessa, Saucy, Shane, Brian, everyone. If I missed you, sorry, but thanks for joining, and it's been fun. And apple pie, if you can find it, get you some.
Caramel.
But I would recommend pouring some Larson in there. So
because it's aged in it, right? It's aged in it.
It's aged in those barrels.
There you go.
But hope to see y'all later on a different stream. But for now, I'm going to cut this one off. All right.
Cheers, everybody.